I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts, and crafts and jewelry. This the Guardians of the Geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Welcome back, Jason, with Gold Dust Publishing. Excited to have you back again, and that's why we're wearing the tiaras. I'll let you get into it in just a second, but thank you for joining us on this very special episode of Guardians of the Geekery Market Spotlight on Gold Dust Publishing. Real quick, some housekeeping. The Geekery Market, when is it? Saturday, November 9th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., rain or shine, 30,000 square feet of indoor geeky goodness, which is just awesome. Cabarrus Arena and Events Center. And of course, we are accepting canned goods and other non-perishable items for Second Harvest Food Bank, which is a very good cause as well. But anyway, hey, Jason, welcome back. Woo!
Yay, thank you. Welcome to the Gold Dust Dungeon.
Yes. Carol cannot wear both her headset and the tiara, so she had to take it off. But to make up for it, I've got this.
Oh.
I need to go upstairs and get my husband's crowns right now.
The evil queen headdress had to come off because it won't go over my headphones.
That's okay. Your shining countenance is a crown of glory to us all. So
yes, it is.
Jason, it has been a year since we talked to you about the Geekery Market, and you still are in the basement. I am a little concerned.
This is where the operation happens. This is where it goes down.
It's like you will write. You will write.
Right. Yeah.
Do you ever ride on the exercise bike there behind you? Or?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's cool. Yeah.
So last year was your first Geekery Market? Second?
First. Yep.
We see each other everywhere, so I always
Right.
feel like you've been at all of them, but it is your first, and now you have like more authors and more books, and
Yes.
I have to say Jason is a very good salesperson, because every time I roll on by him at any con, he's like, "We have a new book, Joey. Don't you want the new book, Joey?" And I do want the new book, just for the record. I will always want the new book, but my pocketbook sometimes says no, but I always want the new book. So tell us a little bit about what's been happening since last time we saw you. I know last time you were working on the anthology for inclusion, and that has come out since then. Tell us more. What have you been doing since November? What's up, Chuck?
Working. So since November, let's see, we've put out The Purple Menace and The Tobacco Prince, which I
liked quite a bit. I actually like that a lot. I have to say, I'm not a romance reader, and this isn't like it has some kinks in the road as far as romance, but I really enjoyed the book. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been super fun. It actually got like word spread around Winston so fast that WXII picked it up. Hi, Kitty.
You gotta come and say hi.
WXII picked it up, which is a local news station up here in Winston, and they met with our author and actually walked him around Renolda House, visiting all the different locations that are talked about in the book, and it was super awesome. Our author's name is Wade Beecham, and he's just a dream to deal with. If any of you guys are local, he's going to be with us at Pride Winston-Salem too. So
Nice.
Awesome. And Pride Winston-Salem is
Probably
after
in the past.
probably in the past. I don't know when this will come out. So if you missed this, so sorry. But
but yes, so Yeah, so if this happened June 27th or after, go to Pride Winston. Otherwise, what other events are coming up that you're going to be at?
Let's see. So Pride Winston-Salem is June 22nd, but we will be in Fayetteville Pride on June 29th.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, so if you're local there, come see us. We'll be at Congregate as well. We will also be at Pride Charlotte. I am super excited about that. We are partnering with Nicole Mocha Memoir Press. So both of us are going to have a booth there, or sharing a booth there together. And yeah, come out and see us, and pick up your copy of the next book we put out called The Sword Secret, which is our newest book. It came out Friday. We launched it at Con Carolinas back in June. And it's a new take on the Arthurian legend. It features all queer characters at the forefront of the main storyline. So it's super exciting. It's very adventurous. There's a little bit of romance in it. So
Little bit.
Awesome.
just a little bit.
So, for people who didn't watch last year's podcast, and shame on you, tell us a little bit again about how Gold Dust Publishing came to be and your thought process behind it.
So Gold Dust Publishing came to be after the process I went through of writing my first book. And I had, such a great support system doing that. And I loved the process so much that I wanted to find a way to take that process and give back to my community. So I decided, hey, let's go into publishing. Let's screw accounts payable. Which we haven't done yet. The day job is still functioning. But I was laying in bed one night. I had recently just had bladder surgery, and was recovering from that. And was watching the news or something, and they were talking about all these books being banned. And I think at the time it was Florida that was really pushing to ban all these books from libraries and schools. And I really just started thinking about that. And while I was thinking, a song popped into my head by the artist Tori Amos, who I absolutely love and adore. And the song is actually titled Gold Dust. And in the song, she talks about how we hold gold dust in our hands, or we held gold dust in our hands. And to me, these books that we're putting out are gold dust, and we hold them in our hands, whether it's an e-reader or a digital copy or even an audiobook. You're still holding your phone or whatever you're listening to it on, but you're holding it in your hands. And I was like, that's the name right there. So yeah, that's where that comes from. A lot of people ask me if it came from Vegas or if it's a Stevie Nicks reference, and I'm like, I love Stevie Nicks, but no, no Vegas. You can't play slots with my books.
Well, you
Not yet,
can,
anyway,
but you
until
may
we
get a
write them.
paper cut from it. So yeah. So,
And what was the title of your first book? Because I love
My-
that one too, and I want you to show it off.
My first book was The House on Dead Man's Curve.
Very, very good.
Yes. Oh my God, I had so much fun writing that book. And the editor that I worked with on that, Kitty Tail.
for the audio people amongst us,
Nick
Carol's
decided to make her
cat
presence
keeps
known.
sticking her tail in front of the screen.
She's trying to stick her butt in front of the camera, and I'm avoiding that. So you're welcome.
Yes, and also for our audio people, we have fabulous tiaras on, just so you know. So
Right.
you can always go over to YouTube and see it live, or go to geekerymarket.com, click on the Guardians of the Geekery. You can see all our fabulousness. But
Yeah, and I'm
just
not
pretend-
randomly yelling out cat references. So though it does happen,
Nervous
I'm
tick
not.
he has. I don't know what that is.
But yeah,
So-
the process of writing my book was a lot of fun. I got to work with an amazing editor who has been in editing for over 40 years. She used to edit for the London Times. Her name is Lynn Picknett, and she ended up becoming our freelance editor for Gold Dust. So she's worked on all of our books, which has been a fun journey in itself.
Very good. I saw one of our friends, Ray Nichols, has a book under your that you're publishing. So
She does. It's called
Yeah.
Until Death, and that is the one book that I did not pick up and bring down here.
Dun,
I'm
dun,
so
that's okay. That's all right.
Ray, don't shoot me.
Don't
Matt,
worry.
I think it's on the bookcase behind you, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
Talk some
Um,
about yourself.
But yeah, Ray is actually working on the second book. So her series is called Until Death, an Eric Kent investigation, case 1. And for case 1, it's about a guy who can see ghosts but gets ghosted by his girlfriend.
Oh,
It's kind of a paranormal mystery romance. It's very interesting. It's kind of like The Sixth Sense meets Supernatural with a little Twilight Zone twist right in the middle. So
Yeah, absolute fun.
I was always wondering, and when I was going over your website earlier, you've got some things that are ebooks, and soft covers, some audiobooks, some hardcovers. What's your kind of what's your thought process, or is there certain benchmarks you look at to release in the different formats? There's so many different formats now, which is pretty awesome.
that's kind of the thought process. I mean, everybody likes different things, and to limit to just one thing is, I mean, to me, it's hurting your audience. Somebody might not be able to afford the hard copy, but they might be able to afford the paperback. And if you just put hard copies out and that's all you've got, you've lost it. You've lost business, and 2, you've lost a potential reader. So we like to try and offer as many avenues as we can to get our books into people's hands.
Nice.
And when do you know it's time to pull the trigger for the next type of media besides just the book?
Finances.
Because you have to, like, if it's an audiobook, you have to find a reader, correct, or a voice.
Yeah, the
So-
audio. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The audiobooks are they're a little more expensive to get out there. And honestly, not the most lucrative. We would love to have all of our stuff on audiobooks. I think mine is the only one that's out there right now, and it was the first thing that Gold Dust released. But we are gradually working to get most of them in audio. We are also trying to remain debt free.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is a key thing, yes.
Yeah.
So buy his books.
Right. The more books you buy, the more audio we can put out.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Maybe we'll get him out of the basement too. It would be really cool.
You'll have to kick the cats out of the upstairs.
Or at least, buy you a wall or something. We'll buy you a wall, a screen. I'm just teasing.
I love
All
it.
right. So talk to us about the market. What we were asking Loops by Liz on the last episode, that was her first time working the market as opposed to like attending the market. And it prompted me to realize that I've never really asked somebody, like, once you became somebody who sets up at cons and sets up at events like this, what are maybe some things that you realize that you hadn't really thought about before when you attend and just kind of walk through? And what are some tips that maybe you would give another seller about how to approach setting up at a con for a day or an event like this for a day?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Listen, they don't call me softball Harry for nothing, you know.
Honestly, I would say, you know, be organized, make sure you have all your stuff with you. But the biggest thing is try to have fun. And if you're having fun, your patrons are going to have fun. And that's one of the things that I just love so much is getting out there and getting to meet all the people in the various communities. Um, and listen to your readers, listen to your customers, you know, hear what they want, give them what they want. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just basic customer service for the most part.
Now I'm going to ask the question I ask most authors. What is your advice to anyone who decides they want to sit down and write a book?
Do it. Do it. Don't let what's the word I'm looking for? I guess don't let barriers stand in your way. And don't think about, you know, oh, this isn't good enough or this isn't nobody's going to read this or whatever. Do it, get it down on paper, get it in the notebook, get it in the computer, and then worry about everything else afterwards. You know, once you get it done, then you can focus on your editing. You can go back through it, clean it up. But the most important thing is just to do it. And you know, even if you set, you know, 30 minutes a day to sit down and write, do it.
Good advice.
Nice.
Good deal. So what stuff are you bringing this year, and can we pre-order it? So you talked about a few things.
Yeah, talked about a few things. We got the books. We have our journals. Our journals are coming back with us. We have some new ones. So this one we had last time, which are Read Band books, which features Gandalf on the cover. Now this is not to be confused with Falstaff Gandalf. This is Gold Dust Gandalf.
There are many Gandalfs.
There's a Gandalf dog floating around somewhere too, I think. But we love Gandalf. And then we have these guys right here. These are actually blank journals for people who like to draw or prefer blank instead of line. And then all of our books will be there. We are potentially, I'm hoping to have another one out in the next few months. And then it's, let's see, that one is it's a new genre. We're crossing genres a little bit. It's a paranormal romance featuring vampires off the East Coast of North Carolina.
Ooh.
And then we have another one that we're working on, and the name of it slips my mind right now, and I am so sorry because there's about 20 books running through my head at the moment. But it's kind of it's about a boy and his dog, and it kind of takes an Aragon feel to it. So we're going to be hopefully starting editing on that after Pride Charlotte in August, and we're looking to hopefully have it out and launch at the Geekery. And then I know, I'm so excited. I get so excited about these things. And then we are hopefully, fingers crossed, gonna have our next Eric Kent investigation out as well during that time. And that could be a possible Geekery launch as well.
That would be amazing. It's always exciting when the next book in a series you like is about to come out, because you know, nothing's worse than like starting at the beginning of a series and you catch up on all of it, and then all of a sudden you're like, and now what do I read?
That's how I feel with TV shows a lot.
Yes. Yeah, Matt and I just started on The West Wing. I never watched it the first time around because by the time I heard about it, I was behind and we didn't have all the opportunities to watch that we do now. And now we'll watch 2 or 3 at a time, and we're kind of going through the seasons, and I'm like, what am I going to do when there's like no more to watch? I don't want to think of, I'll have to do Supernatural. That's the only thing that will last me long enough.
You'll be watching that till you're dead.
Yeah, ours is Criminal Minds, because there's like what 14, 17 seasons of it now.
Hmm.
And so we just, when we run out of things, we start over with Criminal Minds, which has been great inspiration for a lot of writing.
Yeah.
Don't look at my Google search. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I know. It's like we need to have little cards that say, I'm researching it for a book. So
Yes,
that
yes.
you
Right,
just
yeah. I might be the next unsub if that happens. But but we do have some people working on some mystery novels too that I'm super excited about. So once those get finished, we'll be working on those. But yeah, this year has been busy, 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 busy. We've tripled the amount of events we're at this year. And then last year we only had 3 books launch, and we're with all the ones listed and the ones we already have out, we're looking at least 6. So
Nice.
everything is just doubling in the process. So I am super excited at the growth and the authors. I'm super proud of them and excited to get their work out.
So if people wanted to go and order some of the books that we showed you and they didn't want to wait until November, how would they find you?
So you would go to golddustpublishing.com, and there's a little link that says the bookstore. You can click on that, and it takes you to our Square shop, and all of our books are listed on there in the various formats. You can go there, or you can get them at your wherever you buy books. Most places are able to at least order them. And we are in a couple local bookstores here in Winston-Salem as well. We are in the Book Ferret and Book House at Renolda.
Nice. And all I heard what you say was that it was all the different format. And I'm like, no, Matt, they're not all for you because we have to read the ones we have first.
They're all
Matt,
for me.
Matt, they're all for you. All for Matt.
Yes. You can't deny me. You can't deny me.
Jason, we always love hanging out with you. I can't wait to see you at Congregate, my friend. We will have
I
to
feel
do
I
a
need to put the
tiara
headdress
off.
on one last time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. We will all have to wear our tiaras together and take pictures. So
Definitely.
that is fabulous. It is fabulous. You
I
look
just
amazing.
love it.
I think I need like a disco cape to go with this and just hang out at the karaoke
Yes.
at cons.
It reminds me of the front
I
of
can't hear
Alexandra
anything you're
Christian's
saying,
book.
but just agree with me.
Just everybody go like this, nod and put your thumbs up so Carol knows we agree with her because she's
What a
deaf right
country.
now. Once again, if you're listening to the audio, now would be a great time to go over to YouTube and see it all live and in person.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus,
Yes.
I'm realizing I have to teach Matt how to wear a tiara, but it's all good. It's all good.
My toupee has to be a certain way to.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Jason, thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you guys. Have a great one.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.